So let's talk about vampires. Forget the cursed nobles, the romantic anti-heroes for a minute. The creature from the 1922 film Nosferatu, he's something else. Today, we're making the case that he isn't just some undead guy. No, we're arguing he is a literal demonic entity, a direct descendant of hell itself. Okay, let's get into it.
And right out of the gate, our source material just nails it with this quote. To look at Nosferatu is to see a profound rupture. It's like a tear in the fabric of reality, where something infernal has bled through into our world. This sets us up for something way more terrifying than his simple blood drinker. We're talking about a creature that isn't from here at all. So here's how we're going to break this down. We're going to look at 5 key pieces of evidence. His demonic origin, how his body is basically a billboard for his soul, the literal devil's contracts hidden in plain sight, his absolutely terrifying motive, and finally, his nature as this ancient primordial horror.
Okay, first up, let's talk about where he came from. This, right here, is the cornerstone of the entire argument. He wasn't a man who was cursed. The truth is, he was probably never a man to begin with.
You know, the film's own lore hands us our first huge clue. It calls him the seed of Belial. And let's be crystal clear, Belial isn't just some random demon. He is one of the chief princes of hell. So this isn't a metaphor, right? It's a direct statement about his family tree. He is born of the abyss, a true demonic scion.
And you really have to see how different this is from, say, Dracula to get it. Dracula was a nobleman, right? A human who was cursed and fell from grace. Nosferatu? He doesn't have a story like that. He's a primal predator from the moment we see him, just an engine of pure demonic will. And this gets to the very core of his existence. He's like a parasitic parody of creation. You know, where life is born from light and love, Nosferatu is just an appetite. He is a walking, talking void that has to consume the living just to keep its physical shell from crumbling into dust.
All right, so if his soul is pure demon, it stands to reason his body has to match, right? His appearance isn't just meant to be monstrous. It's a literal text, an external signature of the unclean soul trapped inside.
I mean, his demonic traits are just impossible to miss. You've got the rat-like face, the long claws, and his command over the plague. See, a normal vampire might hunt a person here or there. Nosferatu, being a true demon, brings pestilence on a massive scale. He turns entire cities into offerings as the Lord of the Rats.
Now, this is a really important idea from the time the film was made. His grotesque form, it's not an accident, it's not a disease, it's the physical signature of his unclean demonic spirit made visible for everyone to see. His ugliness is basically a confession. The source material actually gives us a name for what he is, a Solomonari, and this pretty much confirms he's no victim. He was a willing participant in all of this, a dark sorcerer who actively traded his soul, his very humanity, for this hollow, demonic kind of immortality.
So we've got the backstory, we've got the physical evidence, but what about, the receipts, the actual proof? Well, that brings us to the symbolic heart of this whole thing, the devil's contract.
I mean, it's a fair question, isn't it? If he made some big deal with demonic forces, where's the fine print? Where did he sign on the dotted line? Well, turns out it's been hidden in plain sight the whole time.
And there it is. The real estate contracts that he has his victims sign are covered in Enochian script and hermetic symbols. Now, these are not just fancy decorations. Enochian is believed to be the language of angels and demons used by occultists to bind and command infernal beings. His business deals are literally demonic pacts.
And this demonic power, it just radiates from him. His castle isn't just some creepy lair. It's a temple dedicated to evil, filled with occult symbols that actually empower him. This suggests he doesn't just live somewhere. He infects it, warping reality itself to match his infernal nature.
Okay, so we've pretty much established what this thing is. The next big question is, why? What is the ultimate goal for a being like this? I promise you, it is way more terrifying than just finding its next meal.
For me, the biggest giveaway, the real smoking gun, is his obsession with the pure Ellen Hutter. This isn't love. It isn't even lust. It's a textbook demonic impulse. He's drawn to her purity not to have it, but to consume it, to corrupt it, to prove that even the brightest light can be snuffed out by the dark.
The source boils his entire being, his whole motivation, down to these 3 simple, terrifying words.
There's no complex backstory, no tragedy. There's just a bottomless, all-consuming hunger. A void that's trying to pull everything into itself. So this is his endgame. The source calls it a theology of ruin. He doesn't want to build an empire or rule over humanity. His goal is to tear it all down. He wants to make our world an extension of hell, spreading the cold, silent chaos of the grave until there's nothing left.
So all of this, it all builds to one final, chilling conclusion. Nosferatu isn't some modern monster. He is an ancient horror, born from something timeless and eternal.
And this right here might just be the final, undeniable proof. Think about it. Most vampires are just weakened by sunlight. But Nosferatu, he is utterly obliterated by it. This isn't just a weakness. It proves he's a creature of pure primordial darkness, whose very essence can't coexist with the first light of creation. He is a shadow that is simply unmade by the light.
And that's exactly why he holds the title of the original, the ultimate vampire. His power, his horror, it doesn't come from some cursed historical dude. It comes directly from the source, from the demonic eternal itself. He's the archetype because he is the purest possible expression of this infernal idea. And that leaves us with this final, really chilling thought to walk away with. We usually think of monsters as corruptions of our own world, right? Things that were once human. But looking at Nosferatu this way, it forces you to ask a totally different question. What if the most profound horrors aren't from here at all, but are ancient, alien evils that simply found a doorway into our world?